Princess and tops list with more than 450 engagements, with the king also increasing his time spent at public events. Princess Anne was the hardest working royal this year, carrying out 457 engagements as she lent steadfast support to her brother in his role as monarch. The king was ranked in second place, having taken part in 425 royal engagements, while his brother the Duke of Edinburgh was third, with 297 engagements. The Queen was fourth with 233 royal engagements and the Duchess of Edinburgh fifth with 219. An analysis by the Telegraph of public events and official meetings based on entries published in the court circular showed that the Princess Royal continued to be the most industrious member of the family. Princess Anne and the King were among members of the royal family to increase their workload over the past year, after taking on many of the duties and engagements previously conducted by the late Queen Elizabeth. A separate analysis last year by Reboot SEO Company showed that Princess Anne carried out 214 royal engagements, while the King took part in 181. In a typical average week this year, Princess Anne undertook between 12 and 14 engagements. Her busiest month was February, when the Princess Royal undertook 57 engagements, which included trips to Australia and New Zealand. Richard Fitzwilliams, a royal commentator and former editor of the International Who's Who said, "Anne is one of the best advertisements for the royal family because she is hardworking, she is dedicated and she is popular because people look at the way she handles things and they like it. The public see Anne as someone who is grounded. I think the institution does need her very much." The King's workload over the past 12 months included a state visit to France in September as well as his own coronation on May 6. Some of his busiest days have involved back-to-back meetings at Buckingham Palace with ambassadors and other dignitaries and politicians, while the King has also undertaken numerous smaller-scale engagements in the community, visiting local projects and businesses. Typical of this was his visit to the Broke Not Broken charity in Kinross in September, where he viewed its food bank store and vegetable garden and met volunteers and members of staff, before visiting an art exhibition and a day center. The court circular shows that over the past 12 months both the Prince of Wales and the Duke of Gloucester carried out 172 royal engagements each. The Princess of Wales undertook 128 and the Duchess of Gloucester 111. The Duke of Kent carried out 69 engagements. An analysis of the number and type of royal engagements raises questions about the future of the monarchy, with the Prince and Princess of Wales taking a very different approach to that of the older generation. The majority of day-to-day engagements are now carried out by those well into or approaching retirement age, with the Duchess of Edinburgh now 58 and the Duke of Edinburgh turning 60 next year. The Waleses have deliberately chosen to focus on fewer patronages, hoping to use their power to shine a light on issues close to their hearts to make a bigger difference. Traditionalists have raised questions over who will pick up the numerous daily visits around the country in the newly slimmed-down monarchy, with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex departed and the children of the Princess Royal, Duke of York and Duke of Edinburgh not working members of the family. Dickie Arbiter, the royal commentator who was press spokesman for Queen Elizabeth from 1988 until 2000, said Princess Anne provided invaluable support to the King. "She just gets on with it, often carrying out multiple engagements in one day," he said. Of course much of what the King does is behind the scenes, in meetings and going through his red boxes, which doesn't warrant a mention in the court circular. Mr. Arbiter added, "And is a tremendous support to the King. He bounces ideas off her. For an aging monarchy they are doing pretty well."